Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk a little bit about inscribed angles. I wanted to go over the skills practice portion of this work. So let's get right to it. Right here we have a circle on the right. Okay, and it tells us that we have in circle S arc KL. So I'm going to write some of this stuff in here. So measure of arc KL is 80. Measure of arc LM is 100. And measure of arc MN 60. Find the measure of each angle. Okay, so we know that the central angle corresponds to the corresponding arc, and the inscribed angle that corresponds to it will be half the measure of that arc. Okay, so angle 1, which is here, so this angle corresponds to 100 and it's inscribed, so this would be half of that, so that'd be 50. I just need 50. Measure of angle 3, which is here, this is an inscribed angle and it corresponds to 60, so that means it's half of that, so it's 30. And then 5 is an inscribed angle and it corresponds to this, so it would be half of 80, which is 40. Okay, pretty straightforward. Let's look at this one. Find the measure of each numbered angle for each figure. Okay, so we're going to look for angle 1 and angle 2. We know this is a diameter, so we know, let's see. Well, we know that this arc A goes to here, so this ABC, yes, this arc goes that angle, and this arc goes that angle. So we know together that these two arcs are 180 degrees, right? And we know that these are inscribed, so we know that together their total would be 90, right? So if the whole, this is a semicircle, these are both inscribed, so the total measure of these is 180, these are both inscribed, so it'd be half, that'd be 90. So these added together should equal 90, so we're just going to solve that algebraically. So we're going to write 5, I might be able to do it on this. I wasn't doing it on another paper, but I think for this problem we can fit it. 5x minus 2 plus 2x plus 8 equals 90. We're going to go ahead and solve that. So we have 2x and 5x, that's going to give us 7x. And then negative 2 plus 8 would be plus 6 equals 90. And again, we just solve this algebraically, so we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. And we're going to get 84 here, so we have 7x equals 84. And we're going to divide both sides by our coefficient, which is 7. And I think that means x is going to be 12, because 11 times, 12. So we're not done though, we need to find the measure of the angles. So we're going to go ahead and plug these in. So 5x minus 2, 5 times 12 minus 2, 5 times 12 is 60, minus 2 is 58. So this is 58 degrees. And then angle 2 is going to be 2x plus 8. So 2 times 2x plus 8, so 2 times 12 plus 8. Why did I put parentheses there? Sorry. 2 times 12 is 24. 24 plus 8 is going to be 32. This is 32 degrees. And that makes sense because look, they add up to 90, which is what we thought they would be. Excellent. Alright, the last three. We're going to be using the circle here on the right. Quadrilateral RSTU is inscribed in circle P such that the measure of arc STU is 220 and the measure of angle S is 95. Find each measure. Okay. So this is 95 and that STU is 220. Okay. Alright, so find R. So R is this one. So this would be, this angle corresponds to this arc. It's inscribed, so it means it's half of that. So half of 220 is 110. And normally what I would actually solve everything I can think of here, but I'm going to do just these for now. Measure of angle U. So U is this one here, so we're going to have to do some extra work here. Actually going to go through and do it exactly as I wasn't going to do. So, alright, so let's see. We know that this is 95, so this corresponds to this, right? And 95 is going to be half of what that arc is, so what's 95 times 2? That's going to be, was 190, I think? 95 times 2, oops, so you can see that. Yep, 190. So this whole thing is 190, right? So this whole thing is 190. We know this is 220. So if we subtract 190 from 220, we'll find out what this difference is here. Let's see. Is that right? Actually, before I do that, hold on. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna figure out what this is. We know this is 220, so this will be 110. Okay, there we go. Now we can start figuring some of this stuff out. So hold on one second. Let's see. What are we gonna do next here? So the next thing I would do is I know that this arc is 220. Therefore, we know that this arc here would be 220 taken away from 360, because that would be the difference, because the whole thing is 360. So 220 taken from 360 would be 140. So this is 140, which means the corresponding angle would be half of that. So this is 70. And now we have 3 of the 4, so now we can find the 4th one because we can add these together and take it out of 360 because it's a quadrilateral. So we're going to go ahead and write that down. Actually, we're going to say 110 plus 70 plus 95, and that's going to be, hold on, 110 plus 70 plus 95, that's 275. Take that from 360, 60 minus 275, 85. So that means this is 85 degrees. Okay, so we have the measures of all the angles inside. Now with that we can solve whatever we need. So measure of angle U is 85 degrees. And arc RUT, so RUT, that corresponds to angle S, so be double that, so 95 times 2, 95 times 2, which is 190, and I'll let you do the rest of those. So you can see that this is probably the most challenging one, but it's just a matter of practice, honestly, guys. So hopefully that was helpful. If you still have any questions on the evens or how we did some of the odds, just let me know. I'm more than happy to help. Thanks, guys.